Hi, this is Tim Bost with FinancialCyclesWeekly.com. Thanks for joining me to talk about the secrets for surviving the solar eclipse that's coming up. We want to be able to pay attention to that because we do have a very powerful celestial phenomenon coming up, a total eclipse of the sun on July 11th, and it's going to have a huge impact. This eclipse can heat up world conflicts. It can batter the global economy. It can smash trends in the stock market and the commodities markets. It can slap your personal security and menace your portfolio, and it can crush your peace of mind unless you know how to handle this event and are prepared for it in advance. And that's our purpose here today. There are a couple of key facts that we want to keep in mind about this eclipse. First of all, when does it take place? It's July 11th, 2010. This is at 7:40 in the evening, Greenwich Mean Time. That's 15:40 in the afternoon, New York, 21:40 in Vienna. If we're in Sydney, Australia, of course, it's the following day on the other side of the international date line, 5:40 in the morning. This is when the eclipse will take place. Where? It will be visible in the South Pacific and the southern part of South America. In fact, if we look at that part of the world, this is the area in which the eclipse will occur. The red line here is the path of totality. Any point underneath this line, you'll see the total eclipse. It'll be like the middle of the night, even though it's during the daytime. The sun will be completely blocked out in those areas. But of course, outside of that line, we also have the path of partial eclipse as well. The farther away from the red line, the less of eclipse effect we get. But we can see here that it does cover a good portion of South America. This is going to be a very, very major event, especially in those areas where it's visible under the path of totality, and even the partial effect is important as well. So here's what's important to understand about this eclipse. There are a couple of key things that we want to take away from this experience and preparing for the solar eclipse on July 11th. The impact is not just on that specific date of July 11th. That's the first important thing to be cognizant of. The influence, in fact, will be felt for at least 6 months after the date of the eclipse itself. That's one of the reasons eclipses are important. Their effects last for some time. It will be at its strongest on certain specific dates, and we want to be concerned about those particular times because those are the times when we will most likely see the big changes in the stock markets, the commodities markets, and geopolitical events, and have the greatest impact on our own personal lives as well. We'll have a complete listing of those specific trigger dates for the eclipse, of course, in the monograph on the solar eclipse of July 2010, its impact on the markets, which is available from Harmonic Research Associates. Might want to take a look at that. Now, the second big thing to be cognizant of, the second important point here, is that the impact is not just under that eclipse path, the path of totality that we were looking at on the map a moment ago. The influence, in fact, will be felt throughout the entire world. It will be felt most strongly in certain specific locations. It will impact certain groups, companies, and organizations, governmental structures as well, more so than others. But it is a global phenomenon, and the important thing is, of course, that it can also impact you. Now, our aim here is that we have that impact on you personally be a positive one rather than a negative one. That depends on your having the right information and your willingness to take the right action. And in fact, if you learn to use the energy of this eclipse effectively, you can get a very positive outcome indeed in terms of what you can take out of the markets and how you can profit from this particular time frame. And that's our aim here, to encourage you to learn to trade this solar eclipse for the maximum market profits. You can get more information on this at tinyurl.com/July Eclipse 2010. Hope you decide to take a look and learn more about how you can trade the solar eclipse for maximum market profits. This is Tim Bost with FinancialCyclesWeekly.com. Thanks for watching.